When we talk about skincare, especially in the summer months, most of us jump straight to products, what to apply, what to avoid, which trends to follow. But if we pause and ask a deeper question, why does summer wreak such havoc on our skin in the first place? We start to understand that the real answer lies not just in creams or serums, but in how our skin responds to the environment moment by moment. Your skin is your largest organ, and in summer it becomes your body's first line of defense against heat, UV rays, pollution, and internal dehydration. Every time you step out under that glaring sun, your skin doesn't just absorb the warmth, it reacts. It shifts its entire behavior to protect you. It sweats more to cool you down, produces more oil to trap moisture, and sometimes even inflames itself to defend against environmental damage. That breakout on your forehead, it's not an accident, it's a message. That patch of redness on your cheeks, it's your skin's way of sounding the alarm, I'm overheated. Help me cool down. So this is where we need to shift our mindset. We often think of skin problems as surface level annoyances, but they're not. They are signs, deep physiological signs that something internal is out of balance. And that's especially true in summer. When your body heats up, your blood vessels dilate. That increases blood flow to the skin surface, which may sound like a good thing at first, but too much dilation can trigger inflammation. Inflammation leads to acne, eczema flare-ups, and increased melanin production, which results in uneven skin tone and dark spots. That's why some people notice their skin becomes dull, oily, and reactive during hotter months. It's not because your skin has suddenly turned against you. It's because it's working overtime to protect you. Now think about this from a more philosophical lens. In many traditional medicine systems like Ayurveda and traditional Chinese medicine, summer is associated with the fire element, an increase in heat, activity, movement, and intensity. And just like fire, this energy can be constructive or destructive depending on how it's balanced. If we ignore the body's natural cues and keep adding heat through spicy foods, aggressive skincare products, or stress, we fan the flames. But if we listen and introduce cooling, calming inputs, we restore harmony. So how do we help the skin regulate itself naturally? First, we recognize that the skin is intelligent. It doesn't need to be suppressed. It needs to be supported. And one of the most powerful ways to do that is through natural cooling agents. Not just what you put on your skin, but also what you consume, how you breathe, how much rest you get. Everything affects your skin because your skin is a mirror of your internal ecosystem. That's why something as simple as applying a cooling face pack, like cucumber and yogurt, which we'll explore in more detail soon, can be far more therapeutic than we realize. It's not just cosmetic, it's biochemical, it's psychological. It tells your body, you're safe. You're safe. You can stop fighting now. Set from a psychological standpoint, inflammation isn't just a skin problem. It reflects a deeper state of inner unrest. If you're constantly rushing, anxious, or pushing through stress without pause, your nervous system stays in a heightened state. And the skin, ever in tune with your nervous system, will reflect that. The redness, the acne, the flare-ups, they're all part of that same feedback loop. So when we apply cooling natural remedies, we're doing more than just pampering our skin. We're disrupting that loop. We're sending a new message to the body. Let's cool down. Let's heal. There's also a powerful emotional truth at play here. Our faces are where we express most of our emotions: joy, anger, sadness, embarrassment. The skin holds those emotions. In summer, when heat stirs up irritability, impatience, and restlessness, the skin becomes a canvas of that internal storm. And so our approach to skincare must be both external and internal. It must involve soothing the skin while also calming the mind. A simple routine like applying a chilled cucumber yogurt mask can become a ritual. A moment where you reconnect with your body, re-center your mind, and reestablish harmony between your internal fire and your external shield. This is what truly holistic skincare means. Not just treating the surface, but addressing the root, respecting the intelligence of the skin, honoring the messages it sends, and responding with kindness, patience, and care. So, the next time you notice your skin breaking out or reacting in the heat, don't rush to fight it. Listen, observe. Cool it from the inside out and the outside in. Because when you begin to care for your skin with that level of mindfulness, you're not just healing your face, you're healing your whole self. And that, my friends, is the real secret True skin health starts with self-awareness. Let that be your summer resolution, not to chase flawless skin, but to listen more deeply to the wisdom already written across your own face. Let's talk about ingredients, not the ones that come in fancy bottles or carry designer labels, but the ones sitting quietly in your kitchen, waiting to be rediscovered. Two of the most powerful natural cooling agents for your skin, cucumber and yogurt, are deceptively simple. But make no mistake, they aren't just kitchen staples. They are nature's pharmacy, refined over thousands of years, not in a lab, but through lived experience. Across cultures and continents, from ancient Greek physicians to Ayurvedic healers, these ingredients have been used not just to beautify, but to balance, to bring the skin and the body back to its natural, calm state. Let's begin with cucumber. Think about its nature. It's over 95% water. That means when you place cucumber on your skin, you're not just cooling the surface, you're delivering hydration in its purest form. And hydration, we often forget, isn't just about moisture, it's about energy flow. Every cell in your skin requires water to function optimally. Without it, the skin becomes sluggish, the pores get blocked, the texture turns rough. But cucumber doesn't just stop at hydrating. It also contains ascorbic acid, vitamin C, and caffeic acid, both of which fight off irritation and swelling. Ever wondered why people put cucumber slices over their eyes? It's not just a spa cliche. It's science. Those cool slices constrict blood vessels, reduce puffiness, and calm inflamed tissue. But let's go deeper. Cucumber's cooling effect isn't only physical, it's symbolic. When you apply it to your skin, it reminds your nervous system to slow down. The very act of preparation, peeling, slicing, chilling, can become meditative. You're not rushing through a routine, you're engaging in ritual, and psychologically that matters. Because when you take time to nourish your skin slowly and intentionally, you train your brain to associate skincare with self-respect, not insecurity. That's powerful. Now let's look at yogurt. A food that has been revered since ancient times, from the royal courts of India to the bathhouses of Rome. Yogurt is not just a comfort food, it's a probiotic powerhouse. On your skin, it does something remarkable. The lactic acid in yogurt gently exfoliates. It removes dead skin cells, but without the harshness of chemical peels. And as it does that, it reveals newer, brighter layers of skin. But more than exfoliation, yogurt has a deeply nourishing quality. It moisturizes, it soothes, and it brings down inflammation. It even has antibacterial properties, making it a gentle warrior against summer breakouts. But once again, the deeper truth is not just in what yogurt does, but what it represents. It represents the wisdom of balance. Yogurt is created through fermentation, a process that transforms something basic into something biologically complex and beneficial. Isn't that a beautiful metaphor for what healing is? Taking what's raw, what's reactive, and gently transforming it into calm, usable strength. That's what your skin craves in summer. Not punishment, not excessive scrubbing, not acid, unacid, but gentle, wise support. So when you bring cucumber and yogurt together in a face pack, you're creating more than a cooling treatment. You're creating harmony. Cucumber hydrates and calms. Yogurt nourishes and renews. And when applied to overheated skin, they don't just cool the surface. They interrupt the internal pattern of stress. That redness on your cheeks, the oil on your forehead, the sensitivity across your jawline, it all begins to subside, not because you've suppressed it, but because you've supported it in healing. And here's something we don't often talk about: skincare, at its core, is not about appearance. It's about relationship. The relationship you have with yourself, with your body, with your environment. When you choose to use cucumber and yogurt, you're sending a message to your skins. I see you. I hear your signals, and I will meet you with kindness. That's an entirely different approach than slathering on layers of synthetic products and hoping for change. It's intimate. It's respectful. It's sustainable. We live in a culture that values speed, quick fixes, instant results. But skin doesn't operate that way. Skin heals at its own pace. And the more we align our routines with patience, simplicity, and natural wisdom, the more radiant our skin becomes, not because we forced it, but because we supported it. So, I invite you to rethink how you care for your skin this summer. Not as a battle to be fought, but as a conversation to be nurtured. Let cucumber and yogurt be your allies in that dialogue. They are not just ingredients, they are messengers. And their message is clear: slow down, cool down, come back to balance. Because sometimes the most powerful act of beauty is simply learning to be gentle with yourself. When you lift that cool slice of cucumber to your forehead and smooth yogurt across your cheeks, something subtle begins to shift far beyond the immediate relief on your skin. In that moment, you're engaging in a ritual that goes straight to the heart of our human experience. The inseparable connection between body and mind, inside and out. Our faces aren't just canvases for expression, they're the meeting place of our emotions, our history, and our current state of being. When summer's heat turns your skin red and reactive, it's not just a physical reaction, it's a message, a signal, a cry for balance. And when you respond with a cooling face pack of cucumber and yogurt, you're not simply treating a symptom, you're engaging in emotional alchemy. Think about how quickly our mood can change when we're overheated. Anger flares, impatience rises, focus scatters. That heat isn't just on the skin, it's in the nervous system. Your body, your mind, and your skin are all speaking the same language. When you apply something genuinely cooling, water-rich cucumber that shuttles hydration straight into your cells, and yogurt whose probiotics whisper encouragement to your skin's microbiome, you're sending a powerful signal. It's time to calm down, to reset, to come back to center. There's a term in traditional medicine called the window of coherence. The brief period when the body and mind are most in sync between stress and relaxation. That's the exact moment to introduce cooling agents. As the face pack sits, your blood vessels gently constrict, easing redness. Nerve endings, once on high alert, begin to quiet. Internally, your parasympathetic nervous system, the branch that governs rest and digest, starts to take the reins. Your breath naturally slows, your heart rate dips, and every cell in your body reads that it's safe to devote energy to repair and regeneration. In that pause, skin heals, but so do we. Philosophically, this process reminds us that self-care isn't indulgence, it's self-regulation. We live in a culture that glorifies movement and productivity to the point that stillness feels guilty. Yet, without moments of deliberate calm, our systems fracture, physically with inflammation, emotionally with anxiety, psychologically with burnout. By turning a face pack into a small ceremony, you reclaim that stillness. You honor your face as a gateway to your inner state. And the earlier parts of this speech have taught us that true skincare always begins with listening. Now, by cooling your skin intentionally, you're also listening to your mind, acknowledging its need for gentleness. It's worth noting that this ritual doesn't require a spa setting or a makeup artist's appointment. You can sit by a window, feel the light on your skin, and apply this mask with nothing but intention. Close your eyes. Feel the weight of stress lift as the coolness spreads. Notice the contrast between the warming sun and the chilled treatment. Allow that contrast to become a metaphor. Life will always bring heat, challenges, pressures, unexpected flare-ups, but you hold the power to introduce balance, to restore harmony, to remind yourself that you're not merely at the mercy of external forces. Even when you rinse off the cucumber and yogurt, the effect lingers. Your skin feels calmer, yes, but so does your mind. You notice tension in your shoulders has eased. Your breathing is deeper. You're more present. And that presence, repeated day after day, becomes your new normal. You train your system to value these pauses, these cooling interludes, and soon they're not exceptions. They're expectations. You expect your body to be treated with care. You expect your mind to be invited into stillness. You expect your skin to respond with a natural glow born of genuine wellness. This approach also reshapes how you see aging and beauty. When you care for your skin this way, you engage with it as a partner, not a project. You're not chasing an elusive perfection, you're cultivating harmony. Cucumber and yogurt aren't magic potions. They're mirrors reflecting your commitment to balancing the fires of your life with moments of cooling clarity. They remind you that beauty arises when you honor the unity of body and mind. So as the summer sun climbs high and the world around you grows hotter, remember this: the most profound shift in skincare isn't found in the most expensive jar or the most elaborate routine. It's found in the simplest acts of kindness toward yourself. Acts that cool the skin and calm the mind. When you choose to respond to heat with cooling, to inflammation with soothing, you're not just caring for your face, you're cultivating a state of presence and peace that radiates through every aspect of your life. Because in the end, how you treat your skin reflects how you treat your soul. And cooling your skin with intention is one of the clearest ways to tell yourself, I see you. I honor you. I am with you. When we talk about skincare, especially in the context of summer, we often focus on what we put on the skin. But we don't talk enough about why the skin behaves the way it does when temperatures rise and sunlight intensifies. The truth is, our skin is a responsive organ. It reacts to both our external environment and our internal emotional state. That's why understanding how to calm overheated or sun-exposed skin isn't just about applying a mask and hoping for the best. It's about approaching your skin with awareness, timing, and a clear understanding of what it truly needs at that moment. This is where cucumber and yogurt, when used correctly, become not just a remedy, but a revelation. Let's begin with the skin's natural response to heat. When your body overheats, your skin acts as the first line of defense. Blood vessels dilate to help release heat, and sweat glands activate to cool you down. But with this defensive action comes vulnerability, redness, inflammation, dehydration, and a breakdown of your skin's protective barrier. Add to this the harshness of UV radiation and pollutants, and your skin is not just tired, it's overwhelmed. Now imagine putting synthetic, alcohol-based products on that already distressed skin. You're not helping it, you're demanding more from something that's already working overtime. That's where cucumber and yogurt step in, not as aggressors, but as partners, used together immediately after sun exposure. This cooling combination helps reverse the chain reaction of inflammation that leads to peeling, dullness, and premature aging. Cucumber's high water content instantly replenishes the moisture that the sun drains from your skin. Its antioxidants, like vitamin C and beta-carotene, work quietly beneath the surface, neutralizing free radicals created by UV exposure. And because cucumber contains natural silica, it also helps restore the elasticity your skin may have lost in the heat. But hydration alone is not enough. The surface of your skin needs repair, and that's where yogurt does its most transformative work. The lactic acid in yogurt gently removes damaged, dead skin cells that build up after prolonged sun exposure. This is not an aggressive exfoliation, it's respectful. It allows the skin to shed what no longer serves it. Just like we, as people, must sometimes let go of things that weigh us down. Think of it as a reset button for your complexion. And beyond the biological effects, there's something more subtle, yet more profound happening when you apply this mask. It's a shift in how you interact with your body. You are no longer treating your skin as an object to fix. You are treating it as a system to understand, a message to decode. And that shift from control to connection is what makes healing possible. I've often said that your skin is a mirror. It reflects not only your physical health, but also your emotional and psychological state. The way we treat our skin after sun exposure can be symbolic of how we treat ourselves after any kind of stress. Do we rush to cover it up? Do we ignore it? Or do we pause, pay attention, and respond with care? Timing is everything. Right after sun exposure, your skin is at its most vulnerable. This is when a cooling cucumber and yogurt mask can make the biggest difference. It can reduce your risk of long-term damage, soothe irritation before it becomes inflammation, and begin the recovery process before symptoms escalate. The window of opportunity is small, but powerful. Apply the mixture while your skin is still warm but not burning. Leave it on for 10-15 minutes. During that time, allow your body to relax, your breath to slow, and your nervous system to come down from high alert. What you're doing in that moment isn't just skincare, it's self-regulation. You're teaching your body that it's safe. That help is here. That restoration is possible. And that message goes deeper than you might realize. Your nervous system learns from repetition. The more often you treat yourself with kindness, the more that becomes your default setting. Not just for your skin, but for your life. This isn't about beauty in the superficial sense. It's about resilience. It's about giving your skin the tools to bounce back after stress, to regenerate after injury, to glow after fatigue. And those tools don't have to come in luxury packaging. They can come from your refrigerator, your grandmother's kitchen, or your own intuition. So, the next time the sun leaves its mark on your skin, don't reach for the harshest cream or the strongest toner. Reach for cucumber. Reach for yogurt. Reach for simplicity, wisdom, and nature. Let your skincare be an act of compassion, a signal to your body that it deserves care, especially when it's most vulnerable. Because true beauty isn't about what you apply in moments of perfection, it's about how you respond in moments of need.